New MLS data was released for the greater Seattle area, and it's showing that the market is starting to rebound. Hi, I'm Jonathan Martis with North Pacific Real Estate. I'm a local real estate broker in the greater Seattle area. I've been doing real estate for over 7 years now. Today we're going to be looking at the housing data from February, and we're going to be comparing it to the housing data from January, so we can compare how it's changed from month to month. Okay, on the right side you'll see February data, and then on the left side January. The median and close price, you can see the difference there. $12,750 more than in January. That's good news because in December it was even lower than 557,000. So it going up is a good sign because the average price or the median price of the homes that are selling, it's higher than the couple months previously. So that's good news. The number of homes and condos that were sold in January was 3,264, and in February it was 4,258. So about 1,000 more from one month to the other. So more activity as well. Total closed sales is looking at the total dollar volume of all the properties that were sold. And in January, it was 2.182 billion. And in February, it was 2.9 billion. So significant increase there in value. And of course, if more properties have been sold, then we will see a higher total dollar value increase as well. And we're seeing that reflected here. New construction median sales price has actually gone down if you look at from January to February. In January, it was $735,990. In February, it was $710,000. So about a $26,000 difference from one month to the other. The reason for this, in my opinion, is because a lot of these home builders built so many properties that they finished, and they want to offload them. So when they have so much volume, they'll offer incentives like buying down the interest rate or lowering the price to get these homes sold. And this has been happening not only locally, but nationally with home builders trying to offload all the homes that they built. Available inventory. Available inventory pretty much looks at how long it would take to sell all the properties on the MLS. So for example, if no other homes were listed going forward from today forward, how long would it take for all these properties to be sold? That's what we're looking at from a months of inventory perspective. So in January 2023, we had 2.52 months of inventory, and for February, it's 1.70. That means that there's less homes available for purchase, and that means there's less supply. This could be a good sign if you're looking to sell because there's less homes on the market. And recently I just looked and there's not much available. So if you're thinking of selling a home, then now may be a good time because there's not as much on the market. That could change as we get into spring, but just looking from 1 month to the next, it has gone down significantly, in my opinion, just from the months of inventory change. So this is a sign showing that there's less supply, and because increased demand may occur if interest rates adjust, then we could see multiple offers and more competition on homes. And we have been seeing that in some markets here locally. In January, the number of new listings that were added to the database, it was 4,925. In February, it was 5,231. So not a huge change there, about 300 more. There's a bigger difference if you see here on the left from January 2022 to January 2023. It's about 1,000 homes difference or properties that were listed. And for February, you can see it's 2,700 more homes were listed in February 2022. And the market was super hot at that time. A lot of people were wanting to sell. So it's not too surprising to see this change because after January and in February and March was the best time to sell, I believe, last year because the market was at its peak. Pending sales will look at properties that went into contract. So when they looked at this data, they're looking at how many properties were in contract throughout this month. So in January, the number of pending sales, meaning properties in contract, was 5,776, and that's for residential and condo units. In February, there were 6,230 properties in contract. So we do see an increase there. More homes are going into contract, which is a good sign, and more homes are being listed as well. So we should see this number continue to go up in the next month's report when the data is released in April. So what is my opinion on the data that was shown here? In my opinion, the market is improving. We are seeing that some buyers are wanting to get back into the market and purchase a home. But if you're listing a house for sale, or if you want to sell a house, then if you're going to be above that $1 million price point, it's going to be a little more difficult because the interest rates are higher now. So there's going to be a lot more interest that people have to pay on the home that they want to buy. If you're going to be under $1 million for the list price or the sell price, when you market the property and it's on the MLS, anything under $1 million will get a lot more traction and demand because a lot of buyers are considering the interest that they will be paying and what the mortgage will be. So there's still demand for housing. Buyers are adjusting their budgets just to make sure that they're not going over what they want to pay for their mortgage. And we are seeing multiple offers in some situations, and also offer review dates are coming back for some properties. I recently saw a listing that it went on the market. It was for $799 in Bothell, and they actually added an offer review date because they got so much activity and buyers wanting to tour the home. So we could see more of this as we get into the next coming weeks, getting close to spring, and the data here is showing that the market is improving. With interest rates going up and down so often, that could change things, but at the moment here that we're in, with the data that we looked at, it is becoming a little more of a seller's market. And if you're a buyer, do keep in mind that there could be some increased competition in the coming weeks if you're looking to buy a property, but it will be in no way similar to 1 year ago when the market was just crazy with houses selling for several $100,000 above list price. So I hope that information was helpful for you. If you liked this content, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. And if you want to see more content, you can hit that subscribe button and you can see when I post future videos. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.